Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Elmo.
And I'm the biggest fish in the pond. I'm Tuna.
Welcome back. So we're going to be talking about last week's games and what happened, who scored goals, anyone got sent off, any controversies, and we're also going to be telling you how our predictions went for that game as well. So Sunday, we at 12 o'clock we had Fulham versus Everton. Um, Fulham 2, Everton 3.
Probably the best game of the weekend in terms of entertainment.
Mm,
Calvert-Lewin scoring two, first minute of the game, 29th minute. Either side of the cover, Reed scoring for Fulham. Decore made it 3-1 for Everton, and Loftus-Cheek made it 3-2. And a bit of a tense finish to the game. And it was another one of those games that we've pretty much had action start to finish, and literally from start to finish.
yeah,
So
40 seconds in.
40 seconds in, and Fulham had the ball as well to start the game. Which, when you consider that, it was just a terrible error really from Fulham. Someone gave the ball away for Richarlison, who ran at three defenders, pulled the ball across, and it's quite possible one of the flukiest goals you're going to see all season.
Yeah, it just kind of bounced off.
I think he hit both his feet, didn't it, and somehow
Yeah,
went in.
yeah.
But
Um,
all that matters is it ends up in the back of the net, and Calvert-Lewin won't care one bit how they end up in the back of the net.
no, he's been on good form this season so far.
He certainly has. The Cove the Reed equalising with a pretty decent finish as well
Yeah,
for Fulham. And I've been giving Fulham a lot of my goal of the week awards. So just any sort of Fulham goal that goes in, I've given them something. Calvert Lewin then put them back ahead with another pretty nice finish. His 10th of the season from Luca Dean's cross. Before Dean turned provider yet again. 6 minutes later, another cross for Decore to get up and head home.
yeah. You kind of
Yeah,
thought that Everton were going to be running away with it then, 3-1.
he certainly did. And then came a moment that could have changed the game massively. There was a foul in the box. Fulham gets a penalty. Godfrey bringing down Loftus Cheek. And I'll let you cover the penalty.
Yeah, so obviously, like last weekend or weekend before, Fulham got a penalty in last minute, and Lookman took it, and yeah, didn't do very well. He did a Penenka, didn't he? And he didn't put enough power in it.
Yeah, the
Um,
keeper dived and got up in time to save it. It was that bad.
this weekend, another penalty. They changed the penalty take. I can't remember who took it now. Um,
Caballero took this one.
yeah, and kind of did a John Terry back in Champions League. Kind of sl- as he run up, just about to strike the ball, kind of slipped and just went over the bar. Um, Fulham aren't looking good with the penalties at the moment. They definitely could
No,
do some training.
yeah, definitely do. It's not great for them. I think the worst bit was if he'd somehow managed to get it into the goal, it'd have been disallowed because it hit both his feet.
Yeah,
So I suppose in some ways he's kind of glad it went over, so he didn't have that goal disallowed for that. But no, he wasn't pretty. Better than last weekend's attempt, but
they're getting better, but obviously we joked before we started recording this that maybe Fulham are going to be like when they get a penalty, it's like no, 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 it's not a penalty. No, don't give it. We don't want it.
it's their third one that they've missed this season. And I believe three different penalty takers as well. I think Mitrovic missed the first one. So yeah, at what point do you just think this maybe isn't for me?
I think all good penalty takers miss penalties. It's scoring another one after that kind of gives you more confidence, and I think they definitely need Mitrovic on the pitch when they get these penalties. I think if he's stepping up, I've got confidence it's going to go in 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I mean Fulham have had four penalties this season. Mitrovic has scored one out of two, and obviously the other two missed. and I mean it's not ideal for them, and it's almost like you do need to score one to get some confidence back. Lookman would have gained some confidence after the last game with his pass setting up Loftus Cheek deflected finish to put us into a bit of tense ending, really, make it 3-2.
Yeah, they started coming back. I think the biggest issue with Fulham, I can't remember where I watched this. It might have been on Sky Sports something after the game. But the biggest issue with Fulham, and this has happened a few games now, is they're trying to walk it out the defence. Um, that's fine when you've got the players and you've got the confidence and you've got the skill to do that. But they're trying to walk it out, and that's where they're losing the ball. And then it happened at least two of these goals, probably the third one as well, where they tried to walk it out, they lost the ball, and then Everton went on the attack. It definitely happened for two of the goals. It happened for a couple more Everton chances, and I think that's not what you want to be doing, especially for a team that's just come up. You don't want to be making these kind of mistakes. You might be able to do that in Championship, but you can't do that in the Premiership. You can't do it
No.
against a team like Everton.
And their next three games are away at Leicester, away at Man City, and at home to Liverpool. And if they're doing that in them three games, it's going to be a lot of goals conceded.
And these are the things that not just pundits, but these are the things that other managers are going to be picking up on, and they're going to be telling the players to watch out for this. All you've got to do is you've got to have a team that start pressing, and I think Chelsea would be one of them teams that would really start putting a lot of pressure on the players, and then that's when you start making mistakes and losing ball and conceding goals.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's not so bad making mistakes. Obviously, everyone makes mistakes, but they're not recovering from it. They're not getting back in time. They're not challenging the play with the ball.
and they're not learning the mistakes. It
No.
weren't the first week that they tried to do it. You can go back to some more of the highlights, and you'll see that they're doing exactly the same when they're conceding. Um, they didn't manage to get an equaliser, so it's another loss for them. They've only had one win this season, and seven losses with one draw. They're currently 18th with 4 points. So they're one of the teams that I think we both predicted to go straight back down. They're definitely a
Yeah,
team that they're not looking like they're going to be putting pressure on any team at the moment. Um, they're not going to be
don't have the
causing any
quality.
issues with any of the top clubs. Everton, that win put them in sixth on 16 points. They had the good start, then they had the dip of form. Maybe this is the first win in the last four games with three losses, so maybe this is the chance to start coming back and getting another good run up.
Yeah, definitely back to winning ways. One thing that will be worry for Ancelotti is Everton have conceded two or more goals for six consecutive Premier League games now, which is the first time since October 2008, and they can't rely on Calvert-Lewin all season, as we've seen in these past few games. When he's not scoring, they struggle big time.
Yeah,
And they say Fulham definitely aren't the best team in the Premier League, and to concede two to Fulham is worrying for Everton.
yeah,
Um,
and they could have conceded three if they'd have taken a decent penalty.
yeah,
Um,
but as we've said all season, it's the win that matters. It's the point that matters, or the points that matter, and that's what Everton have got out of this game. And like I said, two more goals for Calvert Lewin takes him clear top of the top scorers. 10 goals in 9 games, and I mean he looks like a man in proper form at the moment.
yeah, I think a couple of players that is really linking up nicely with is helping with the Everton attack. Um, Richarlison, he's just come back. This was his first game back, and he definitely helped. I think Everton can do well. The Some games they kind of look like they go missing, but they've got a decent squad and they've got a decent manager. I said this when they were on the good run. I'd said this when they were in the bad form as well. I think they'll definitely be up there. They'll be up there in the top seven where they're looking at the moment. They just need to stop conceding these goals.
Yeah, and like I say when they do have something go against them, they need to get that out of their mind, and that is the biggest thing with Everton. is once they have a bad result, you feel that can go on for a few weeks, and until Ancelotti gets that sorted out, Everton will not be serious contenders at any point because of that.
Yeah. Right, guys, that's it for this video. Please go and check all the other videos out for the games from last week. Please check out our predictions video as well, which is us predicting what we think will happen in next week's games. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, throw some comments in on who you think is going to be winning, what you thought of the games, any ideas that you want to see on the channel or anything like that. Check everything
Follow
out in
us
the
on Twitter.
description. All our socials and links for our YouTubes and everything like that are in there. Anything from you, Tuna?
No, you pretty much say follow our Twitters. Come and talk to us on Twitter. Come talk football on Twitter. Let us know who you support, where you think you're going to finish this season. Obviously, it's a crazy season, so anything can happen.
Yep. Like I say, go and check all our other videos out, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye.
Bye bye.